Welcome to the Monday Minute. As promised, I have something special for you today. It's not the usual real estate news and economy news. This year has been such a crazy one. We've had so much worry, sadness, discourse on so many different topics, the virus, how to handle it, the election and the politics and all the racial unrest in our country that it's been a tough year for everyone. And then people who are dealing with the virus, whether they're homeschooling or their work situations are high demand because of being in a field that maybe deals with the virus. It's been hard. So the next week and a half, I just really want to focus on the true meaning of Thanksgiving and think of all the things we have to be grateful for, not the things we're missing out on this year, like concerts and family dinners on Thanksgiving. So early in the pandemic, in fact, it was the first week, I was in the mood to make a turkey dinner, and I don't just make them at Thanksgiving. I usually do it once or twice outside of Thanksgiving during the year. So we have one in the freezer, and I really wanted to do it. So I thought, who could we make this turkey for if we can't have people over for dinner? So I did a virtual turkey dinner, and probably some of you did get to partake in that. And my husband helped me, we made the whole turkey dinner, all the trimmings, and then we packaged it up. People ordered ahead of time. They came to the door and I put it out on the door for them. And we served 23 people that day. So it was really a fun weekend that kept us busy. And little did we know, looking back, what we were in for. Oh my gosh, what we were in for the rest of the year. Oh my gosh. What we thought was going to be weeks turned out to be months, and now maybe more than a year. But anyways, let's think about happy things. It seemed like a big job for someone to make a turkey, but really I want to assure you that if you have never made one, it really is not hard to do. And the other thing is that stuffing doesn't come out of a box. Stuffing is something that you make from scratch. So if you've never had homemade stuffing, get rid of the box and try this recipe because it is really so easy. It's really hard to make any mistakes on it. So because of the limits on your group this year, you might have a smaller group, but I still say get as big a turkey as you can because who doesn't like leftovers, and you can freeze them. So use them on another time, and then you just add a jar of gravy, put it in your Nesco, and you can have turkey sandwiches, which are great. So your turkey could be as beautiful as one in a magazine if you follow these instructions. Hi there! Today I'm going to share with you a secret recipe from our family. I'm mostly doing this for the young wives in our family, the Tias, the Rachels, the Sherrys, the Emily not a wife yet, but it's a family tradition from my grandmother. We have a secret recipe. So if you're not a meat eater, you're probably not going to be interested. But if you're wondering why I have tulips on the table and I'm dressed a little more for spring, I'm actually recording this during the coronavirus when I did a virtual turkey dinner, but I thought, well, I might as well get some work done and shoot a video. So I'm going to show you how to make our family tradition of stuffing. You start with, it's pretty easy actually, you start with those bags of stuffing mix from the store, and one of the secrets is you buy the stuffing that's marked sage and onion, so you don't have to put any seasonings in except salt and pepper. You take the bread, you put it in a bowl, and then you take your sprayer in the sink and you spray over it so it's a little soft instead of those hard cubes. So you get that ready. Then you're gonna chop up 1 green pepper, 1 medium onion, get that all in there. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take me to mix this up, but I'm gonna try to do it in 3 minutes. And a couple stalks of celery. So you chop it pretty fine because there are fussy people in the family, like me, that hate some of these things. I hate green peppers. So cut them up small enough and then it won't matter so much. So another one of the secret ingredients, and this is where you might get grossed out, is you take the liver from the turkey and you chop it into really tiny pieces, and you're gonna add that in there, and then you're gonna add an egg, start mushing that up, and then a little bit of milk. And now here's the secret ingredient. So if you're not a meat lover, you better turn it off right now, because here it comes. It's pork sausage. Don't get the hot pork sausage, get the regular. So you're gonna squish this out, and I know it looks gross, but when you taste it, you're gonna love it. So I'm making a really big batch today, because for my virtual turkey dinner, I have so far I think we're up to about 15 dinners. And I'm thinking it's gonna be about 25. So now what I'll do is I'm gonna carefully, in this giant old crock bowl from my grandma, I'm gonna mix this stuff all up, and you're gonna get it to a mushed up consistency of the breadcrumbs and the sausage and the green peppers and the onions. Get it all mixed really well. If you need a little more milk, do that. And then you're gonna take the salt and the pepper, you're gonna mix that in. Just keep mushing it up. This is the grossest part, but because of the coronavirus, I'm wearing gloves now all the time. So mush it up, mix it up. And then one important thing about stuffing a turkey, never, never, never stuff the turkey the night before and have it ready. That can cause poisoning. So have your stuffing made, keep it separate. In the morning, stuff it in your bird. And this is gonna make so much it won't all go in the bird. You put it in the cavity, you put it in the butt end of it. Maybe it's really the neck, I mixed up. But put it all in there, and then my temperature guide says 165 for the temperature of the stuffing. That's when you know your bird is done. We make ours in a big foil tent. We keep it sealed. It is super moist and juicy. So I hope if you try it, it turns out good. I think you'll love it. But again, it's not for the vegetarians in the group. So have a good Thanksgiving, and I hope by then we're done with this coronavirus. Hi there, we have part 2, how to make a turkey. So if you like the stuffing, now you want to make the turkey. I can't believe how many people don't make turkeys anymore because they think it's really hard. So after the stuffing video, I thought, okay, I might as well just do the turkey one. So it starts, one of our secrets is we have a tent. So we make the turkey in this foil tent. So I started with really big foil. I take 3 sheets about the size of my length of my arm, and then I fold them together, making a giant piece. Inside of my pan, I have a rack and the big roasting pan. And then I make some extra protection that goes down into, put the foil into the thing, then I put this into the bottom of the pan. And now I'm gonna carefully lift my turkey over and put that, hopefully without the paper towel, into the pan with the breast side up. So what happens is you want to keep this tight and closed all of the cooking time, because it keeps it really moist. So now's when we're going to take our stuffing and stuff it into the front cavity, and you lift up this flap and you put it into the back cavity. Then the back cavity, you can put those metal sticks in and keep that shut. You can stuff the neck in it if you want to, and the other pieces that come with the turkey. Then I'm gonna smear the turkey with butter. So I'm gonna just take butter, smear it all over. You can take hunks of butter, lift up the skin, and put it up underneath. So that keeps it moist. It gives it some added flavor. Then one of my secrets that I like to do is I grow sage in my herb garden in summer. I like to take the sage at the end of summer, dry it in my dehydrator, then I would crumple it up and sprinkle it all over the turkey. Once I have it stuffed and all prepared on the top, then you're gonna take this, if you have a thermometer, you can put it in now. You're gonna take the foil, sorry for the noise, and you're gonna completely seal it. Roll it, tighten it, crumple it, and then put it in the oven for the amount of time that you think that you need, based on your book, your cookbook. But the one thing is that I'm not a scientist, but I think by having the foil reflective inside might help it cook faster and have the dull side on the outside. But if you try this method and you keep it in the foil for the longest time, the key thing is to never poke the foil, never let the juice get out of this foil tent, because you want all the juice to make the gravy. So if you have one of these gravy bags that come in the turkey, It's like this. These work great. If not, you can make it yourself, and with flour and water in one of those shakers like your mom or grandma did. But don't ever let the foil get poked, because all that juice is going to go away and burn up in the pan. So once the turkey's done, you check the temperature, check how much of the juices you have. With a baster, you'll take the juice out and put it in a pan. Add this if you have it. Although you can see I lost most of mine because I cut it off by accident when I cut the turkey out of the bag. Some turkeys will have a little thermometer in them. That's helpful if you don't have one, but if you have a meat thermometer, if it's stuffed, you want the thermometer into the cavity in the middle of the stuffing so that you have the temperature internal, and that has to be 165 for the stuffing, 185 in the bird. And so I'm gonna finish up. Okay, so I hope you liked that. Like I said, it was way more than a minute, and the cameraman was new, so have mercy on him. He has to live with me. But I wanted to remind you of a saying that I saw that I thought really sums it up, and it's, this is not the year to get everything that we want. This is the year to appreciate everything that we have. So I wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. I wish you some days of quiet enjoyment at home, wherever that may be, and know that I'm thinking of you and I appreciate you being in my life. Happy Thanksgiving.